So this
and
is.
we appreciate you.
Sorry, I'm late, guys.
Thank you.
So this is
Thank you so much, Cal.
what I'm missing.
And now I'd like to call forward Michael from
Is,
No Enemies. I know you all know the wonderful singing group No Enemies.
This
They are
banner
a
is for
huge
piece
friend
of
of
cloth
the
from
pro-immigrant movement.
somebody
and
that's
Mike
been
is going
deported.
to lead us in a song, Danos un Corazón.
Thank you. These are the words to the song. Please sing along. Please sing along with me to show our support for the immigrants. Danos un corazón. Give us a heart. Grande para amar. Big enough to love. Danos un corazón. Give us a heart. Fuerte para luchar. Strong enough to fight. Danos un corazón grande para amar. Danos un corazón fuerte para luchar. Danos un corazón grande para amar. Danos un corazón fuerte para luchar. Danos un corazón grande para amar. Danos un corazón fuerte para luchar. Danos un corazón grande para amar. Danos un corazón fuerte para luchar.
Many, many thanks to Michael and to No Enemies. And thank you, every single one of you, for being here today. Welcome. People of faith, people of good faith, people of all faiths, thank you for being here. We have come together here today to speak publicly and to work publicly, to honor the lives and rights of our immigrant neighbors, our immigrant familia, our immigrant community members, and to demand that our governments do so as well. Rabbi Abraham Heschel famously said, after marching with Dr. Martin Luther King at Selma, that action at Selma, which protested the mistreatment of fellow human beings and which insisted on the humanity and the rights of all, that gathering was not just a political demonstration, but was a religious occasion as well. Rabbi Heschel said, our protest was worship, and when marching, I felt my legs were praying. Friends, that is what we are here about today. We are gathering and working in the place where faith and politics merge. That's a huge, important, and exciting place, because that place is where together we envision and build a better world, the world that our faiths imagine and point us toward. And not just a pie-in-the-sky world, but a real world, right here and now in our communities, in Denver and all over Colorado. This is the place where we come together to create and defend communities where every person's life is cherished and every person's rights are respected and supported, no matter where they were born. Yes. My friends, in our communities today, the war against immigrants has reached a fever pitch. Families are being torn asunder. Innocent people are being jailed. Rights, work permits, safety is being torn away from families, from individuals, from innocent people. Food is scarce. Jobs are not available. It is time now, friends. It is time for all people of faith, all people of goodwill to act. We must stand up and speak out against the assault on the lives and rights of our immigrant friends, families, and neighbors. We must pledge to work for the world that our faiths envision, a world that cares about and cares for all, particularly the most vulnerable and the most persecuted. Yes. And you'll be hearing today from good folks who are doing just that. First, we'll be hearing from speakers from the Jewish, Christian, Buddhist, and Muslim traditions. Then we'll hear from Senator Julie Gonzalez, one of the major advocates in the Colorado legislature for the lives and rights of immigrants. And finally, 3 of our community members will read the declaration by people of faith in support of the lives and rights of immigrants. First up is Rabbi Adam Morris, or Rabbi Mo as he is known. He's been the senior rabbi at Temple Micah for only 20 years, and over 20 years. Sorry about that. Temple Micah and Rabbi Mo have been leaders in the support of immigrants for Denver and for the fight for their rights. Please welcome Rabbi Mo.
I'm humbled and honored and privileged to stand in solidarity with you in this hard and difficult moment for all of us. Hard as Americans. Hard as people of faith. Hard as human beings. Hard as, for me, as a Jew. Hard for me as a great-grandchild of immigrants. And as hard and as difficult as this moment is for all of us in these ways and others, my assignment this afternoon, was easy. My assignment was to call upon the wisdom of my tradition and see what it says to us, not just us, but every American in this moment.
Thank you for being here.
It was easy because it may be the most oft-repeated, mentioned, commanded thing we are asked to do.
Dude.
Hey.
Thank you.
Strangers, pay attention to them, know them, care for them, love them over and over and over again. We were told, don't oppress, don't wrong them, don't subvert their rights, feed them, treat them with equal justice, remember them, love them. Over and over and over again. It's simple, it's clear, it is the foundation of what we are about. What our greatest and most profound wisdom challenges us to be. Maybe inherently because it is maybe the most difficult thing to look across an aisle or a space and see someone who is different, who looks different, who sounds different, who thinks different, and to remember them and to love them. But this is our charge. We are told to do so in my tradition because, well, there's the underpinning of that. Because you too were strangers in Egypt. You may know that every year we Jews gather around our homes at the Seder table for Passover and we retell the story. It's not a historical event. We're not there to say, oh, look what happened to them. That ritual, that moment is a time machine to take us spiritually back to that moment and experience the pain, the oppression of being treated as other. And then to experience the joy, the possibility, and the responsibility of freedom. Because you too were strangers. All of us were strangers. All of us know what it's like to be strangers. And because of that, we are called to do that. That was easy, yes. But it doesn't stop there. In my tradition, we build and evolve and grow in this. In fact, after a few thousand years of wrestling and digesting and developing this idea, about 2,000 years ago, after 2,000 years it started, one of our great sages, Rabbi Hillel, was challenged. Sum up this Jewish thing. Stand on one foot and put it in one thing that I can remember. And Hillel says, what is hateful to you, do not do unto others. Period. That's it. The rest is commentary and explanation. So as we gather here today, we remember for those gathered here, and we remind and challenge everyone who lives in this great place that we live. What is hateful to you, do not do unto others. If it's would be hateful to you to be deprived of due process, don't do it to others. If it would be hateful to you to be separated from your children, do not do it to others. If it is hateful to you to be verbally, emotionally, and physically patronized, demeaned, and diminished, do not do it to others. If it is hateful to you, if it would be hateful to you to have someone else look at you and judge you and dismiss you, do not do it to others. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rabbi Morris. Next up is Reverend Mike Moran. Reverend Mike Moran has been the senior minister of the First Unitarian Society of Denver for over 20 years. The First Unitarian Society and Reverend Moran have been leaders in the support of immigrants in Denver and in the fight for their rights.
I was asked to say a few words about where I come from and where my tradition comes from in regards to immigration. And I would say this: if you were to come to First Unitarian Church in Denver on any given day and have a seat in our sanctuary, you would see banners on the wall, and one of them would say, "There is a unity that makes us one." And that comes from a theological tradition that posited that whatever that source is from which everything arises, it is best represented by a unity. A unity. There's a unity that makes us all one. And another one of those banners says, "All souls are sacred and worthy." That comes from the Universalist side of our tradition, and the Universalists believe that all of us are the children of the divine, and all of us will be reconciled with the divine, no exceptions. You'll see another banner there that says salvation in this life, because we are all in need of salvation. Amen? Amen. From ourselves, from our own demons, from our government, from the institutions we create that are cruel, unnecessarily cruel. Salvation in this life, my personal feeling is that the stakes are too high right here to be worrying too much about what comes afterwards. Sometimes from my tradition, I will say something like, there is only one life. That life is divine. That life is our life. We all, every single thing, human and human, the sky, the earth, the mountains, there's only one life. It includes us and everyone around us, every living thing. thank you for this opportunity to talk to you a little bit. There are truths that just need to be spoken, which we cannot rely upon the national media or the government to speak.
That's right.
For way too long, the United States has abused the immigrant community. Immigrants have been forced to work for low wages, have been denied the right to be heard or to organize, have had their wages stolen, have even had their children stolen. Unbelievable. The moral character of our country is not how it treats its wealthy or its favored, but how it treats their disenfranchised, their poor, and their undocumented. I would say, actually I didn't plan on this, but I would say one other thing while I'm here. Well, maybe a couple other things. Give a preacher a mic, you know? It strikes me that it is possible that here among us, there is a representative or two of the federal government here to see what we're up to, here to see the faces that would speak some of these words.
Let's hope so.
And if you are that person, let me say to you so clearly, welcome. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. We may be a little bit afraid of you, but that does not mean we're going to bow down to you. It does not. We're going to stand, we're going to speak, we're going to say the truth. It needs to be said. I urge you to listen to these words and come to your senses. There is one area that I believe, well, in which I agree with the current administration. As a nation, we have an immigration problem. We do. And there are dozens of sensible, efficient, humane, effective ways that we could be dealing with that problem. Not one of which includes gangs of armed federal thugs wearing masks, snatching brown people off of streets, or out of their cars, or out of the courtrooms where they have dutifully appeared as they were required to do. Not one of which requires mass detention centers made to keep human beings in cages. And other stuff. Not one of which requires deporting people to foreign countries where they have never been, never lived, and have no connection. And certainly does not call for an environmentally catastrophic wall through the southern parts of our country. We call on elected officials to enact comprehensive immigration reform. First and foremost, this reform would be dedicated to keeping families together. There is no other moral option. Say that again. There is no other moral option than keeping families together. Second, there must be reasonable, compassionate, accurate ways to allow people to come here and work in the millions of jobs that already exist. No more ridiculous walls, no more overloaded detention centers or inadequate courts. Third, there must be a reasonable path to citizenship for workers who are already here, who have been here for years, who have raised their children, who have become fine and responsible citizens in every meaningful way, except for probably somebody's signature on a bloody piece of paper. We call on our country to recognize that when it comes to immigration, there's no turning back. There is only going forward. Most especially, we hold up today the great spiritual truth that in the eyes of God, there is no us and them.
That's right.
There is only us. All of us sharing in this one life that is God's life, where all of us are called to seek justice, love mercy, walk humbly with each other and with God. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Moran. And next we have Ozra Tazini. Ozra is a civil rights and employment attorney at Rathud Mohammed Bai LLC, where she represents individuals whose constitutional and statutory rights have been violated. Ozra has been a litigator for over a decade, committed to advancing equal justice, access, and protection under the law. Her advocacy is grounded in a deep belief that the legal system must be used as a tool to confront power, protect the vulnerable, and demand accountability. I give you Ozra.
When I saw the lineup today, the rabbi and the reverend, I thought, uh-oh, they invited the lawyer by mistake. But I am happy to be here and honored to be in company. In Islam, we are taught that every human being is a traveler, and that our worth is not in where we come from, but in how we treat each other along the way. The Prophet Muhammad was himself a migrant, leaving his home in Mecca under threat of persecution, finding refuge in another city where strangers welcomed him, not with suspicion, but with love and open arms. They shared their homes, their food, their livelihoods, and that act of solidarity wasn't just charity, it was justice. In Islam, justice is sacred. It is not a tool we use when it suits us. It's a duty we carry, even when it's hard, even when it costs us something. In Islam, standing up for justice is a form of worship. It is part of our relationship with God. That when one person suffers, we are all diminished. So when we stand with migrants, we are not performing charity, we are living out the very core of our faith. The command to show mercy, to honor the stranger, to make this world more just than we found it. As a civil rights lawyer, I see every day that injustice is not abstract. It wears faces. It is the mother separated from her child at a border, the refugee demonized for seeking safety, the worker whose labor sustains this country but whose humanity is denied. Islam teaches us that to defend them and to stand up for them, it is not optional, it is sacred. Because every prophet from Moses to Jesus to Muhammad was sent to challenge systems of oppression.
That's right.
To lift the voices of the powerless, to remind us that a measure of society is not in its power, but in its mercy. So my call to you today is this: do not let compassion end at your doorstep. Let it drive your action, your vote, your advocacy, your courage. Stand with immigrants not as an act of charity, but as a declaration of faith.
Thank you so much, Ozra. And now we have Mark Miller. Mark is Emeritus Professor of Music at Naropa University in Boulder. He is a member of Zen Peacemakers and is active in the Interfaith Immigration Network. Please welcome Mark.
I thought, well, maybe they hired the musician by mistake also. I don't know. So, but I can hear my teacher, my first Zen teacher, Bernie Glenn. I can hear. Perhaps the tech person could turn me up. I don't know.
It's almost all right.
It's all the way up?
Yeah.
Let me try again.
Yeah.
Oh, how's that? Much better. So I'm eating the microphone. My first Zen teacher, Bernie Glassman, was the founder of the Zen Peacemaker Order, and I can just hear him saying, "You've been practicing meditation for only 20 years. This is just your opinion." So here's my opinion. Another of his students, the Reverend Angel Kyoto Williams, contemporary Zen teacher and author. She's author of the book Radical Dharma. She writes that spiritual practice is always about love and liberation. If it isn't about love and liberation, it isn't spiritual practice. I also want to mention John Daido Loy, who was abbot of the Zen Mountain Monastery in New York. He taught that Zen is a way of using your mind. In my experience, Zen is a way of liberating my mind so I can better listen to my heart. When I listen to my heart, I can touch what is perhaps the most important teaching, the oneness of everyone, the oneness of all things, what Thich Nhat Hanh called the truth of interbeing. We are all different, and we are all one. Roshi Bernie Glassman talked about diversity within oneness, or are there any fans of The Dude and The Big Lebowski here? He said, love is the rug that ties the room together. This principle, the principle of interbeing, is the foundation of our work in the world. No one is left out. No one can be left out. It's not possible. When there is suffering and injustice in the world, I had better do something about it. Because that suffering is my suffering. An injustice done to one person is an injustice that injures all of us. In the Zen Peacemaker Order, we follow 3 tenets. The first is openness rather than certainty. We bear witness to the truth of what's happening right here and now. And we take loving action. How do we know that our actions are the right ones? How do we know that we'll be successful? We don't. We start where we are. We use what we have. We do what we can, which is why I appreciate everyone being here today. If Angel Kyoto Williams is correct, this is the time to embody love and liberation, to live our teachings and beliefs, to be present with our neighbors, to attend to suffering and injustice, the suffering and injustice of all of us. To paraphrase, that's a good word, paraphrase. I like that. To paraphrase Reverend Williams, we must act as love for the liberation of everyone. Otherwise, what are we doing here? Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Our next speaker is Senator Julie Gonzalez. Senadora Julie Gonzalez is a progressive Democrat serving Northwest and downtown Denver as the state senator for Senate District 34. A graduate of Yale University and an organizer at her core, Senator Gonzalez has dedicated her life to organizing and advocating for justice in Colorado. Prior to her being elected to the Colorado General Assembly, she was at the forefront of causes in support of affordable housing, the environment, teachers and workers' rights, college preparatory education, and immigrants' rights. During her time in the Colorado State Legislature, she has protected access to abortion care, allocated millions of dollars to build affordable housing, strengthened protections for immigrant communities from ICE, advance voting rights, and repeal the death penalty. Currently serving on 6 Senate committees, she is the chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee and vice chair of the Local Government and Housing Committee. During this year's legislative session, she co-sponsored a bill to prevent the violation of the civil rights of persons in Colorado based on the immigration status that was signed into law by Governor Polis in May. Please welcome Senadora Gonzalez.
Thank you all so much for being here. Because part of this work is always about organizing, about welcoming, about inviting others to join. I first want to ask, is there anyone here for whom this is your first time coming to the state capitol and participating in a rally? If so, I'd like you to just wave your hand and say hello. I want to, before I offer my comments, I want to welcome Senate President James Coleman to offer a few of his words. Knowing how powerful and how important this building behind us is, and the work that we do is not possible without the work that all of you do out in the community and out across the state. President Coleman.
Sally Baker, where's Sally Baker at? Is Sally here? Right in front of me, I can't even see you. I'm here because Sally Baker told me to show up. Can we give it up for Sally Baker? Don't give a preacher a mic, because a preacher and a state senator who's also a politician will go on forever. But I just want to get straight to it. Matthew 2:13 through 15. When they had gone, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream. "Get up," he said. "Take the child and his mother and escape to Egypt. Stay there until I tell you, for Herod is going to search for the child to kill him." So he got up, took the child and his mother during the night, and left for Egypt, where he stayed until the death of Herod. And so was fulfilled what the Lord had said to the prophet, "Out of Egypt I called my son." Yes, based on the biblical narrative, Jesus can be described as a refugee and an immigrant, because his family fled to Egypt to escape King Herod's persecution after his birth. This experience of displacement and living as an outsider is seen by many as providing a foundation for Jesus' compassion for the marginalized and displaced.
That's right.
I grew up in this community. My church is 5 minutes away from here, right by Benedict Fountain Park. These are the principles that I was taught. These are the principles that I carry into this building. Just because you get elected to a position of leadership doesn't mean you forget from whence you've come. And I'm just gonna say it, there are people who we serve with who profess my faith, but don't practice my faith. And practicing our faith isn't just what we do in our everyday lives, but in our case, it is our job. And when we walk into this building, that should not change. I want to say this, and I want to pass it to Senadora, who you're really here to hear from, because she got something to say. I remember when George Floyd was murdered. And I remembered all of you showing up here at the Capitol. And because of you, we were able to get that policy passed. But there is an individual who lost her son. And I want to read a quote from her, and then I'll be finished. It says, 2 months ago, I had a nice apartment in Chicago. I had a good job. I had a son. And when something happened to the Negroes in the South, I said, that's their business, not mine. Now I know how wrong I was. The murder of my son has shown me that what happens to any of us, anywhere in the world, had better be the business of us all. That is Mammy Till Mobley, the mother of Emmett Till. So I would just say, You don't have to have experienced immigration to have empathy, to recognize that something is intrinsically wrong. You know it, you feel it. And it was shared earlier, you don't want to be treated that way, so you know. But the thing is, it's important for everyone to show up. Senadora showed up when I needed her. And she also showed up in this building this year under immense scrutiny for advocating not just for her community, but also for African immigrants that live in my community. She sat through countless hours of trying to amend the bill down to where it got ultimately to still make an amazing impact in a Democratic majority. A Democratic majority, let me say that again. House, Senate, Governor, Democratic majority. So at some point, we have to look at ourselves. We have to ask ourselves, what do we actually run for? Do we run to get reelected? Just to be elected? I don't know about you, but Senadora and I, we love making 40 grand a year. It's big money. Now, did we run to have our lives threatened? No. But her life gets threatened on the regular, yet and still, she stands up for what is right and does the work. And quite frankly, let me say this. I'm not saying that, but let me say this. She might be termed out in one more year, but I think she should keep running and serving. But I'm going to leave that right there and introduce my senator, Senadora Julie Gonzalez.
Give it up for the Senate President, y'all. My name is Julie Gonzalez. I am honored to represent North, West, and downtown Denver in the Colorado State Senate. I'm proud to be here alongside so many incredible Coloradans from across different faiths, from across different communities, united as Coloradans, united as Americans. We are here today, united by various foundational texts, whether that is the Bible, whether that is the Quran, whether that is the Constitution. We have seen the foundational text of this nation be trampled upon. We have seen the foundational creed of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness be thrown aside. We've seen here in our communities, our safe spaces, our courthouses, our schools, our places of worship, our healthcare clinics be trampled upon by masked agents who flout the law, flout our constitutional protections, and say, what are you going to do? Us being here today is a testament for what Colorado is going to do. On day one of the second Trump administration, when he swore the oath of office and then enacted executive orders that said that places of worship, funeral processions, weddings, First Amendment assemblies were no longer sacred spaces free from immigration enforcement. We responded here in the legislature to ensure that the constitutional rights of every Coloradan, regardless of where you were born, regardless of your immigration status, would be upheld and respected. There is so much more to do, but part of our work is to bear witness, is to remind ourselves of our foundational texts that unite us across difference. Our Colorado Constitution was written in 3 languages, in English, in German, and in Spanish, because we knew that our diversity was our strength, our history, and our future. Thank you all so much for all of the work that you do on the daily, whether that is having conversations with the people who you love who disagree, with the people who you love who are misinformed, and with the people who you don't love, but who you need to build community with. That is our work inside this building. That is our work as Coloradans. That is what unites us as Americans. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much, Senator Coleman and Senator Gonzalez. That is fantastic. And that is a great segue into the next part of our program, which is the celebration of the Declaration by People of Faith in support of the lives and rights of immigrants. It is a demand based in faith that our government, all levels of government, recognize the humanity and support the rights of our immigrant neighbors, brothers and sisters, and familia, and contains specific demands that we do it. People of faith all over Colorado have signed it. We now have 1,400 signatures to the Declaration and over 80 sponsoring organizations. We will keep it open. We're going to keep it open through the beginning of the legislature next year, and we will be continuing to sign or to collect signatures. Please know if you haven't signed it yet, over at the table there, you can sign it there. And what I would like to do now is welcome Alondra Flores, Allison Sortel, and Wendy Berger to read the declaration.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Declaration by People of Faith in support of the lives and rights of immigrants. We, people of faith and of goodwill living in Colorado, proclaim the dignity and worth of our immigrant friends and neighbors. Standing resolutely in our various faith traditions, we denounce the dehumanization and mistreatment of immigrants in our communities. We call upon our fellow Coloradans and our governments, federal, state, and local, to support laws, policies, and practices which recognize and protect the humanity, dignity, and lives of the immigrants among us.
The major faiths demand that the foreign-born among us be treated with the same decency, respect, and care that we afford those who were born in this country. This applies not just to individuals, but to our communities and to our whole society as well. Tragically, our immigrant neighbors are under attack today in our community and in our country. Some governmental leaders are actively denying the humanity of our immigrant neighbors and are deliberately unleashing powerful forces of misinformation and aggressive action against them.
We, however, refuse to allow the politics of prejudice and fear to defeat the call of faith and love. We, as people of faith and goodwill, stand with immigrant community members, and we demand that our governments do so as well. We support and call for laws, policies, and practice that recognize and protect the humanity, dignity, and lives of our immigrant neighbors, including a commitment that schools, places of worship, medical sites, workplaces, courts, child care facilities, libraries, and humanitarian organizations will be places of safety, free from the fear of raids or incursions by immigration agents. The legalization of work and residency status for our immigrant neighbors who have lived peacefully, productively, and patiently among us for years. The return of temporary protected status, work permits, and humanitarian parole to immigrants who legally obtain those benefits and from whom they have been unfairly removed. The opening of our country to persons fleeing persecution in their homelands and seeking refugee and asylum status in the United States.
We denounce the dehumanization, mistreatment of our immigrant neighbors by cruel and unfair laws, policies, and government actions. We demand an immediate end to all inhuman practices, including tactics of terror by employees of ICE and the Department of Homeland Security, which tend to obtain by fear results that ICE and DHS cannot obtain through legal means. The bullying and coercion of organizations and individuals that are legally serving and accompanying immigrants, the forcible separation of families and the inhumane detention of beloved parents and needed breadwinners. The intimidation and detention of immigrants attending required hearings in immigration court. The terrorizing of immigrants in their homes and community sites by ICE agents unconstitutionally seeking to make warrantless arrests.
We condemn the deliberate spreading of false and destructive disinformation about our immigrant neighbors. We urge all people of faith and goodwill and all government representatives to read and respect the Truths About Immigration statement that was recently signed by hundreds of faith leaders in Colorado. You can find that at interfaithimmigrationnetwork.org.
Today, we join hands with our immigrant neighbors and friends to speak out and to act nonviolently against the demonization of human beings. Today, we stand up for and act for the honoring and protecting of human lives here in our communities. We rise up now for justice, for fair treatment, for humane action, for truth. We say to our immigrant friends and families and neighbors, we are with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you all for signing the declaration. What will happen after this rally is the declaration will be taken by delegations to the offices. Well, I was going to say the 6 most important elected representatives in Colorado, but one of them, Senator Coleman, actually has joined us. So he is here for the declaration. Thank you, Senator Coleman. So we will be delivering that message directly to the governor, the mayor, both of our federal senators, and the House. And we are so delighted to have the head of the Senate with us. And finally, many, many thanks to all of you who spoke, who sang, who came, who signed. The work does not stop here. This is just the beginning. Step out, work in love, join hands. There is much work to be done, but there is hope in the very people here and in the people we serve and in the vision that we serve. Take a moment before you leave. Talk to the people you don't know around you. Tell them what you're doing. Find out what they're doing. Get involved. Go to No Kings on Saturday. Right here, 12 to 4. And thank you all. Si se puede.
Si se puede.
All right.
Have you seen the Declaration?
Hey, Piper. Nice to see you. So, did you see our the French news was here again?
Yeah, they're doing like a longer story.
Yes, I got a card, and they said that, and so I know where we can watch it now, and it'll be November 1st.
I was gonna. The leg is coming off there a little bit. But yeah, we can.
Anyway, it's premiering. He said November 1st.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Oh, of course. Just saw it. Oh.
So I thought it was very apropos that the French press, the French news, took a picture, and then he showed me the picture they took. They're doing a story, a longer story, and it's going to be premiering November 1st on, I got a card, on ARTE.
Can you write that down? Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad you have this information.
Yes.
Is that the name of the television station he's with?
Yeah. ARTE. ARTE.
It's a
French
TV station.
Yes.
November 1st.
November 1st. So I think it's arte.com for you to go to.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome, and thank you for being here today. And that you did a really good job. It's sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Lots of tears.
Yeah.
Lots of aliveness and heart. Right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So I haven't really gone through all your comments because it's bright out and I can't see, and I know that there's a lot of trolls in there, but I know that a lot of you are not, and I appreciate you, and I love my subscribers and my viewers. I love you all. Let's see if I can get someplace where I can even see on the screen. I can't see. Anyway, thank you for being here. How about if I sit down here? So yeah, I will be here on Saturday, even though it is 50-51, but I will be here wearing my keffiyeh, that's for sure. Hoping for a big turnout. Let's see. Let me see. Let me just show you. Let's see if I can see. Yeah, that's better.
Oh, that was so
Anyway, sorry I was late. Okay, we can see the screen now. Lots of messages held for review. It's been too bad for me to even worry about. So they can stay at your house? How about their own homes? Or maybe the house that they frickin' built for you? God. Join hands with them and leave with them. Angel, what'd you? They are not sending their best. Or are they sending all their... Oh, really? Really? Your family didn't send their best, did they? Did they immigrate here? This is a land of immigration. Unless you're Native American. Or the border cost you. Stop the illegals. People are just evil. Really are. Some of these commenters, not you people. I love you all. I really do. Sorry. Tara's driving me crazy. Keep up standing up for them, and they will take over sooner than you're with others on the street. Oh no! Oh no! Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Oh wow. Bill Smith. You're out of here. Jeez. You have to go back. Oh my gosh. Deport all traitors too. You're the one that's talking about traitors. Oh. Traitors. Bunch of old white ladies who have nothing better to do. Rocky Spanish, or Ricky. There are a lot of older people today. It is in the middle of the day. It's not in the evening like a lot of the rallies and protests that I go to. But I wouldn't say that they don't have anything better to do. Virtues, Lord. I'm still your daddy. Go back based on DNA. Racial profiling. Wow. We naturalize 1 million immigrants every year, keep the illegals out so we can keep the illegals. 2 other ones, so worried about the illegals. What exactly are you afraid of? I know, exactly. They're afraid that they're going to take over and we're all going to be on the street. What? Bunch of old white people bored. I don't think they're bored. They want to sell some bracelets. Does anyone work? I hate that. It's just the most stupid thing. You're watching, what are you doing while you're watching this live stream on the internet? What are you doing? This is the stupidest thing. Okay. I'm sorry. You're working. Good. A lot of these people, I imagine, are retired. And there's a lot of working people. Freaking working people were speaking. And there's working people here that took out time to come to this rally. Get paid to support immigrants. Yeah, wouldn't that be good? Wouldn't it get paid to support our rights? Or anything like that. Who does the paying? Oh, Israel. That's right. Not immigrants, settlers. Oh, settlers? No, my no, they immigrated here. My ancestors did from Ireland, and then I'm Native American also. And Spanish, they were conquerors, settlers. That's where I come from. Colonists. Native American and Irish. And it makes up America. United States of America. This was not a country before it was a bunch. It was not a country before it was a bunch of tribes who killed and enslaved each other. Really. Where do you get your American Native history from? I'm on paid vacation. It's nice. Why aren't you mad at Obama? I hate Obama. Whatever. Can't you answer that? Why aren't you mad at Obama? I hate Obama. Whatever. How much time you spend on fighting for the homeless? A lot of time. A lot of time, if you knew me. No, we just don't like a bunch of resources going to people that hate America. Why would they hate America? Didn't you know they pay you into Social Security, pay taxes, they don't get any benefits? Do you know that, right? And we're around foreign flags and wave around foreign flags. Stupid. We have plenty of Americans in need of our resources. Just not enough to go around. Well, let's quit spending so much money in the military industrial complex. For number one, spending $1 trillion sending weapons of war and spending waging war. Why are you wearing a terrorist towel around your neck? I'm wearing a keffiyeh. Do you support Hamas for killing Palestinian people in the street? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You were, oh, now I know how ignorant you are. Traitors. Okay, you guys. I'm done trolling. I'm done arguing with trolls. I love you. I love you. And remember, free Palestine, free Jeanette, free them all. I love you very much. Oh, Ricky, it's all over the news. I know what you're talking about. The Palestinian traders that were paid by Israel to go and steal food, and the drug lord criminals. I know all of what you're talking about. It's already free. What is? If you loved the country, you'd want America to be American. What does that mean? Great. I certainly don't want it occupied by the Israeli government, the AIPAC, our government. America is America, made up of all kinds of. What does that mean? You'd want it to be America? I'm sorry. I love you guys. I love you. Free Palestine, free Jeanette, free them all, and I will see you again sooner rather than later.